Today I'm going to show you an example of this one page on an e-commerce website that actually takes money to get in front of you, but doesn't answer some of the most important questions. And the brand does know how to answer those questions, and it does it really well. It's just that it does it on the pages that some of their visitors don't ever see. So stick around. If you sell online, pay for Meta ads, Google ads, and if your ads are not performing well or converting as well as you like, the ads might not be the problem. I will show you a real life example today to see where the problem actually might be. Okay, so I've chosen this brand called DOEN as an example. I'm not really aware of this brand. I just found it for the purpose of this video. So please forgive me if I'm not pronouncing it right. Now this brand looks like a really well-established brand. They have around 763,000 followers. And now let's go into Semrush and let's have a look. So right now they have around 220 visitors every month. That's just from organic, and then they have paid traffic coming in as well. This is Semrush, so this is just an estimate, but it still gives us a bit of an idea of how much traffic they could be getting onto their website. Now let's go to the top pages. So this section tells us what pages are their visitors going to. This is mainly the organic visitors. So if you see their home page, they're getting 58.79% of their traffic onto their home page. So that sounds great because 58.79% traffic is going to the homepage, and generally everybody designs their homepage to be the best page of the website. That's just how people design websites. And if that much of the share of the total traffic is going to the homepage, that sounds like a great thing until you flip it. So if you think about it, 4 people out of 10 are not going to their homepage. They're landing on different pages. And this is just organic. The paid ad, highly likely when they're running their ads, they're sending the customers directly to the product page. So the product pages could be the first landing page that people see, and they might never even go to the home page of the website. I picked this website as an example because they are not unusually bad. This is exactly how most e-commerce websites look like. And that is the point I'm trying to make, that everybody looks like this, but there are only a certain few who knows these concepts that I'm talking about in this video, apply them, and that's how they are able to stand out from all the other e-commerce brands out there. Okay, so now let's go back to their website. I'm going to go in here. That takes us to their homepage. It looks like a really beautiful website. What I'm going to do now is let's go into a product. Let's say this one that looks like a nice flowery dress. So let's assume that you saw an ad, you saw something like this, a visual, which looks like a really nice visual. You like the dress, like the colors. You clicked into it because you were interested, and this is the page where you land. I'm assuming that you don't know the brand. It's the first time you find out about it, and this is where you land. So let's see how this brand presents itself on this product page for customers who don't know about the brand yet and haven't seen anything else from the brand before. So there's no breadcrumb. You have no idea where you are on the website. There are no reviews or anything. So the first thought I get is that has no other human being bought it. One thing I really liked about this is that in the details, they've got the country of origin, which is a really nice thing to know. These days, people are getting very aware of where their product is coming from. So it's good to inform your customers about where your product is made and the fabric content. And I love this idea, having the sheer and opaque scale. This is so good. I love this. They really have thought about it from the customer's perspective when they've put this section together. Care instructions, impact, all of this is quite standard. Usually all e-commerce websites do this. This is great. And then if you look here, this says start a return. So if I'm someone who's never bought from you before, I'm not looking for starting a return. What I'm looking for is information on return. So how does return work? How much time have I got to return? Have I got to pay for the return, or is it going to be free? Will it get picked up from my place, or will I have to go and ship it? And all these questions, you need to be able to answer these questions for people who've never bought from you before. And highly likely, if you have not provided that information, people will leave. So now thinking from the brand's perspective, if your customer is looking at this dress, you need to try and maximize their attention. They have already given you their attention. They landed on your website. So when I go down here, they do have this section that's complete the look, and this is great, especially in fashion, and not only in fashion, in any niche. If you already got the attention of the customers, try to upsell and cross-sell them as much as possible. You have already paid for their attention, you already paid for the ads and got them to the website. Now you need to try and maximize that time you have with the customer and give them everything you can possibly give them to firstly make the purchase, and not only make that one purchase, make multiple purchases from your website. This is where the page ends. Now, one thing this page doesn't do is answer a lot of the questions. There are 3 things that this page has not answered. Firstly, is this a real brand? Has anybody else bought this product? And what happens if it doesn't fit me? So this page was built for this product. All the relevant information was added. But this is something, unfortunately, a lot of brands do. They forget about it. They put something out there, and the whole focus goes into, let's say, social media content, ads, but they're not coming onto their website regularly to see it from the customer's perspective and see how can we improve it, how can we make it better. Your website needs to be able to pull that conversion for people that you paid to get here. Okay, now let me show you one brand that is actually handling the same situation in a much better way. This brand called Beardbrand. Again, I found this brand just the purposes of this video. I don't actually know the brand. So let's go into the Semrush. You can see they're getting 58.8 thousand traffic per month, and that's organically. They're not actually paying for any traffic, which is very interesting. Again, this is from Semrush, so this is just an estimate, but it still gives us a bit of an idea of what this brand might be doing. I was on US, so if you look at worldwide, they're getting even more. Now let's go into their top pages. You can see their homepage is only getting 10% of their total traffic, and 30% of their total traffic is coming from a blog. Seems like 10% for a home page is actually very low. So this is very interesting. So let's see how they've set up their product pages. I'm going to go into the beard and the beard oil. There you go. So you can see first thing when you land on the page, my eyes went straight to this paragraph, which actually tells you what this beard oil does. But let's see what they're doing better than the other brand we spoke about earlier. Again, they don't have breadcrumbs, so you don't know where you are on the website. But if you look on this side, this paragraph tells you exactly what the beard oil does, all the important information. And then they have a trust bar here talking about the refund, free fragrance swap anytime, free shipping over $75. So basically, by just having that one trust bar, you've cleared out 3 biggest inhibitions that a customer might have while trying to buy this product. And then right after the trust bar, they've got the FAQs. And by just having these FAQs here, they've cleared out even more inhibitions that the customers might be having. How do I use the beard oil? How much do I get? What products are in there? Is it safe for my skin? The ingredients are clearly stated over here. And I really like this area where they've put the fragrance notes. It's quite difficult to buy things with fragrances online because then you cannot experience what the product would feel or smell like. So it's so nice to be able to read this. And then some people already know, okay, I'm more into woody fragrances or I'm more into whatever it is. This is really helpful. And let's see their reviews. You can see there are 4.5 something stars from 4,675 reviews. That is fantastic. Now, if we click into it, you can actually read what people are saying about the product. And the best part is that you can actually see photos from people who've used the product, which is great. And especially for a clothing brand, this would be even more important. So overall, you can see they've actually answered quite a lot of objections that people might have, exactly where those objections happens. So if a customer lands on this website, let's say through an ad, and if they have any questions, very likely, if they're not answered right away, they will leave. They're not going to go through your whole website looking for FAQs. So this is so important that you clarify the objections where the objection actually happens, which is on the product page. Now let's go to their blog that was getting 30% of their traffic. So here we go. Let's see. You can see it's really well hyperlinked. Not only is this educational, they're also linking to their products, so people can actually go and buy the products that they're talking about. That goes to another blog, so the blogs are also quite well hyperlinked amongst each other. This is great. It's quite a long article, which gives them quite a lot of options to put different product links, collection links, and links to their other blog. Here you can see they have a support email that people can email at if they have any questions. They have a link to a quiz and then some other posts. They have another link to the quiz and they have an email capture. So the 30% of their traffic is coming onto this blog. They're sending them to different products, different collections. If you're not interested in the products, you can give us your email so then we can nurture you later. Or if you're not sure what you're going to buy, you can go to a quiz. So they've thought about each and every customer journey that their customer might be facing when landing on this blog. And I'm going to be very honest, this is not 100% perfect because again, there is no breadcrumb. They have not really introduced the brand in this blog. That's a missed opportunity. But generally, I think the way they've set up the website, especially the product pages, are quite well thought through. So the fix is not to redesign your whole website or follow a certain checklist of 20 things. You just need to ask one question on each and every template of your website. When someone lands on this page for the first time, do they get all the information they need to make the decision or not? Here are the 6 things you need to answer for your customers. Where am I? Who are you? What does it cost to get it and send it back? Why should I believe you? Where do I go next? And does this page contradict any other page? That's all the questions you need to answer to get your page to be more conversion focused. Just think of it like this. Every page on your website is a front door, and every front door has to say the same thing. So here's what to do this week. Open your analytics and sort your landing pages by traffic. Take the top 5 pages where your most traffic is coming from. Open each one on a private window as if you've never seen that page before. Look at it from fresh eyes. Don't fix anything. Don't think about fixing anything yet. Just write down all the points that came to mind. If you were to buy that product, what would you be thinking about that wasn't answered on your page? And then you can implement that list on your website. And when you do this check, if you think the problem is bigger than what you've just seen in this video, you can contact me so I can help you audit your business. My contact details are in the description below. If you'd like to see more such videos about your business, we drill into real businesses to find out how can we make them more conversion focused. Subscribe to my channel so we can do this together.